Ow! I jumped online and I always knew running was going to be your best form of fitness. And running has always been the bane of my existence, and it still is today. I hate running, which is unfortunate because I love playing sport. So I hate running, but I knew that was how I was going to get fit. So I looked up this program called the Couch to 5K. I think many of you would have heard of it, and it is a fantastic program to get you started from nothing. I dropped loads of weight. I think I did that for it's a 9-week program to get you. It literally gets you from not being able to run at all to being able to run 5Ks. And even though I did it, I sort of stopped doing it, and then I picked it up again. A few years later, I found, I got myself to I can run 5Ks, no worries now. Slight worries. But it's fantastic. It gets your base fitness together before you try and tackle anything too great. The Couch to 5Ks is slow steps, so you're not changing too much. I didn't change my diet, so I did that for a little while, and it's amazing. Like, I did stop doing that, but then I picked it up a couple of years later, and I got myself to 5Ks, and it was fantastic. And from there, I moved on to light and easy, and I stopped doing the running program, and I started just doing light and easy and just watching my diet only. And that was fantastic. Light and easy is this program in Australia where they package the food and set it to a certain calorie range and then send it out to you. And from there, and I'm sort of the frame of mind where if I commit to something, I'll stick to it, and if I stick to it, that's it. And I knew, being a broke uni student as well, it meant that I didn't really have enough money to be buying anything else but that, which was awesome. But in my mind as well, I stuck to it, and it meant that if I was eating that, I was not eating anything else. I wasn't even going to the shops. And I was in my final semester of uni, and I only had my thesis left to produce to finish my degree. For many people, if they only had their thesis to do, they'd be pissing up hard against the wall, pissing up hard. But me, I decided to use this opportunity to take it seriously, and I stopped drinking for 2 months. And that was hard initially, but then I sort of got over it. And then just by doing that, I lost a bunch more weight, which is awesome. And then the last thing, I finished my degree, and then I sort of went up to Broome for a bit, and laboured for my old man for a while, for a couple of months up there, and then I sort of pushed myself really hard and made sure I was helping out my old man as much as I could, and that meant that I was losing weight up there as well. So from February in 2011 to September, end of September 2011, I went from 140 kilos to 90 kilos. And I never really, I was tracking my weight, but I was never really, I never really had a target, never really had a goal, and it was awesome that I sort of got below 100 kilos and then I sort of stayed under there. The trouble was, I thought that I was done. Everyone thought I looked great and it was awesome, and I'd lost all this weight and I was looking good, and I thought I was done. I thought I could stop doing the excess stuff that I did, and I thought I just had to maintain, but I didn't understand what maintaining was back then, and I didn't realise the work that was required every day, or at least a few times a week, in order to maintain that base level of fitness and maintain a weight. And you got to eat healthy too. And I was eating good food, but I was just eating a lot of it, and the wrong types of food as well. And that's something the Man of Steel program's helping me with as well, is learning what nutritional value there is in food and what I should be eating. And then I moved to South Australia to start working on a mine. I joined a football club here, and they are my heart and soul of this town. I've actually now become the president of that club, and I feel like I joined the club, and then I'd never really played footy in the past, so my skills were terrible, and my fitness was also worse than I thought it was, and that was a big shock to me, because I thought I'd be able to just jump out there and hit it hard, and I wouldn't be the least fit out there, and I'm still the least fit out there. But anyway, I gave it a dip, and at the end of my first season was when I decided to pick up the couch to 5Ks again, get to 5Ks, and then keep running, and I did that until I got a quirky belly from Thailand, and had to stop running for fear of shitting myself for about a month in late November of 2012. But I dropped a bunch of weight, and I was looking pretty good, and my pre-season in 2013 was pretty strong. It was the first footy pre-season, and I got through it all right. But since then, like, I sort of convinced myself that footy training was enough twice a week, when it's really not, especially if you're not playing on a Saturday, which I wasn't making the team back then. I'll barely make the team now, let's be fair. And if you're not making the team, and you're also, but everyone else is playing, and it's a hard game on the weekend, all of a sudden you start to have light trainings during the middle of the year, and these light trainings will catch you up. And I kept having these light trainings, and I kept convincing myself that it was enough. I kept convincing myself that because I was training, I could eat whatever I want, especially on training nights. I'd just put whatever I wanted into my body. I'd eat a bag of chips, eating bags of M&Ms again and again and again, and I was slipping back into my old behaviours, which I didn't really want to, but it just sort of happened. And I let it happen, and I let myself become addicted to this shit again. But I know if I eat a pizza on a Sunday night, or smash the M&Ms on a Sunday night, because I gave myself a rule: if Doctor Who's on, I can have a bag of M&Ms. What the fuck is that? And it's just all this ridiculous shit, all this ridiculous justification in my own head for why I could do the wrong thing to my body. But I know, because I'll put this shit into my body on a Sunday night, and then on a Monday evening, after a whole day of work, I'll get to training and I'll feel like shit, and I'll have heartburn, and I'll be just in no good shape at all. And that is due to the shit that I put in my body. And so I had to stop. I had to absolutely stop. This last year, I started, I found on Muscle and Fitness a 4-week beginner program for the gym, and I'd never really been to the gym before, so I decided to give it a try. I knew I hated running, so I thought I'd do an all-round fitness approach. And it's funny, there's, I'll throw a link to him down below, but there's a Dom Mazzetti character, who's just a parody of a gym goer, really. It's a hilarious channel. It's called Bro Science Life, and funnily enough, the parody is what got me into wanting to go to the gym. And I started researching. I spent about a month researching how to go to the gym, etiquette of the gym, proper form, the way you go about it. And then I downloaded this beginner program. It just went for 4 weeks, and then I stuck to it, and I kept doing the same program every week. Started lifting the heavier weights, and I was doing quite well, and I sort of got my weight down, but I wasn't monitoring, I wasn't keeping track, which is cool. But it wasn't cool, because I stopped doing that stuff because I got back injuries, stopped going to the gym altogether. Then I went on a three-week full driving road trip where I was just eating shit on the side of the road, out of cans, at servos, all sorts of crap. And then from there, I started eating shit again. I know, it's fucking stupid. I relapsed again. And from pre-season, at the start of the year, I was looking the best I'd ever looked for a pre-season. And from the start of pre-season day one this year to the day I started the Man of Steel program, I put on 20 kilos, playing footy every week, training twice a week, doing a pre-season, I put on 20 kilos, which is just fucking bullshit. And that is the stuff I was putting in my body, and the fact that the trainings weren't enough. I needed to do extras. So I started this Man of Steel program, and with these episodes, I'm just going to track my progress and sort of give you my emotions and how I'm feeling about it all, and my successes, my failures, and I guess just see where I'm at each week. And where I'm at is last measurement was 113 kilos, and my first measurement was 118 kilos. And I lost that over the space of 7 days, and then I maintained 113 kilos over the next 7 days due to a trip to Melbourne, which was a bit naughty, but yeah, it's going well, and hopefully you guys can follow along and see how it all goes. I'm Woodsy, cheers, and I guess you need some topless photos because you're naughty cunts.
Subscribe.